One Piece 1007 Plus. UoUo Nomi is Uranus. Did Yamato teach Momonosuke to master strength? Hello everyone, welcome back to Top Shounen. Besides the haki, the devil fruit is a major source of strength for the characters in One Piece. Of course, the fruit also has a hierarchy, strong and weak, such as fire and lava. Therefore, if someone is fortunate enough to have a powerful devil fruit, he or she may not need to be too strong, still easily proclaiming a region. Of course, there are still some characters who both have strong backgrounds and possess great powers. They are the four emperors, or naval admirals. Besides, many scientists in One Piece have sought to synthesize, to get the power of the devil fruit. Vincent Judge, for example, integrates his powers into Germa's battle suit, similar to the way Vegapunk feeds a devil fruit item. In addition, he synthesized the artificial devil fruit, and that research was stolen by Caesar Clown, making the Smile. But compared to Smiles, Momonosuke's devil fruit is a perfect version, created thanks to the research of the Zoo Kaido. In chapter 1007, CP0 mentions this problem. Only confusing is why Vegapunk called it a failed product, and refused to hand it over to the world government. The team leader even said that it was fortunate because it was just a defective product. They probably knew how dangerous it would be, if the government had a production line to produce devil fruit from the gene of the most powerful creature. World. And Vegapunk also realized that, so he stopped all research, and also secretly released Kaido? If so, wouldn't Momo have a huge potential for me? What does it need to bring out the full strength inside the body? Today, Top Shounen will join you in exploring this very interesting topic. 1. The power of the Dragon Kaido. This hypothesis is like the title, based on the hints already present, leads me to have thoughts about the UoUo Nomi fruit. The Dragon model is related to an ancient weapon. Some typical suggestions can be mentioned, such as Big Mom referring to a lifetime debt to Kaido in chapter 999. She took it on the island of God Valley, and gave it to Kaido, making him the strongest creature. World. By the time the Navy captured Kaido, Vegapunk attempted to extract a lineage, or genetic factor, to recreate the UoUo Nomi fruit. And the artificial UoUo currently belongs to Momonosuke, but it has completely not mastered this power yet. However, the boy's dragon form is identical to the mini Kaido. Even in episode 92, Oda confirmed the flames Momo and Kaido created to fly are identical. That's why I think Vegapunk lied that he failed, because this devil fruit contains too much power, possibly related to ancient weapons. As you all know, the Pirate King Gold Roger, Kojiki Odin, the future Pirate King Monkey D. Luffy, can all hear Zenitsu's voice. But the only one who could answer and give an order to it, was only Momonosuke. It's no coincidence that Oda mentioned Kaido's lineage element, along with Kaido's devil fruit in chapter 1007, at the same time Momonosuke transformed. And Momo is the future shogun, which led to his theory that the most important potential of UoUo fruit is only activated if the owner has a royal bloodline. Don't laugh at me yet, listen again. Before the fish turning Kaido into a fish, then awakening the dragon is just a hypothesis. The only thing Oda confirmed through SBS episode 98 is that Kaido's fish has a dragon fruit model. So it is also possible that he turns straight into a dragon, and here are some other details to confirm his argument. First, in chapter 907, Akainu stopped Kizaru, on the grounds that he did not know what the power of the Wano nation was, as well as the previous Kaido faction in a secluded place, very difficult to access. The time of X-Drake has only been a year, so it's too little to fight. But the world government has another way of accessing it, through CP0 and transactions. Thanks to that, they know the most important potential of the devil fruit UoUo that cannot be activated because Kaido lacks the lineage element. So what weapon requires both elements to activate? I think Uranus. Uranus is the name of the god that governs the sky, so it is likely that the ancient weapon of the same name is also related to the sky. Pluton is a warship, is inanimate. Poseidon is a mermaid princess, a living creature. So, is Uranus a combination of the two? Seeing how Momonosuke ordered Zenitsu to fly Jack's fleet with a swipe, made me think that this theory is quite feasible. Uranus is the sky, dragon fruit is also the creature that dominates the sky. Dragon represents the king, Tan Long is the head of the four holy beasts, the most powerful breed in the world, so it deserves to be combined with a royal bloodline. Ancient weapons were created by the ancient kingdom, of course only the royal family can preserve them, so Uranus must be someone of royal blood to activate. I believe this theory even more, when the heavenly dragon is present in God Valley, not in the holy place. Because the island contains ancient weapons, which only royal lineage can use. At that time, Poseidon was the unborn Shirahoshi, Pluton was in Alabasta, so it was inferred that it was Uranus. Rock D. Zebek knew that, he had just arrived to rob, but was destroyed. Shiki once also told Roger that he knew where the weapons of world destruction were hidden, just combining with him was able to rule the world. However, Roger refused, possibly because he knew that it wouldn't be good to get Uranus, for lack of one person to activate it. Previously I mentioned that Rock DZBek once owned UoUo Nomi, after death it was reborn in God Valley, and Big Mom took it and gave it to Kaido. It was a possibility, due to possessing the power of a dragon fruit, so Rock stole Uranus. However, there is one case too, that both Uranus and UoUo Nomi weapons are on the island. The dragon beastman came in because he wanted to start it up, but was nearly killed by Rock DZBek, luckily saved by Garp and Roger. After the war, Big Mom picked up the devil fruit, and the weapons were captured by the government. They captured Kaido, asked Vegapunk to reproduce the UoUo Nomi evil fruit, to let Im-sama, or someone in the royal family, eat it. Then activated the Uranus weapon. Thankfully Vegapunk said it failed. CP0 said it was fortunate that the devil fruit was just a faulty product, because then no one would awaken the destructive weapon anymore, because Kaido did not possess royal blood. CP0 did not consider Kaido as a threat as big as Vegapunk's devil fruit, but were certain of his inability. Whether it's the quartet, or the strongest pirate in the world, the navy can win. But if Kaido had royal blood, starting Uranus, nothing could stop it. But Momonosuke has eaten it, and is completely transformed. Currently, CP0 is still fighting, but everything will change. The authorities will join the battle as soon as they see Momonosuke fly. They have been told that it is the fruit of the Koshiki Odin, the future shogun of Wano, an allied nation close to the ancient kingdom. Because of that, it had the power to activate Uranus, just as it was ordered to the Vu, and they should be able to match Momo. Then they will most likely help our side in the war, because Wano has closed the harbor. The current people do not know the world government or the navy. They only hate Orokai and Kaido, so CP0 will side with Wano, destroy Kaido for them, to win the trust of Wano Kingdom, Momonosuke. Luffy will have to leave sooner or later, no shortage of ways or time for them to capture Momonosuke without having to fight. This hypothesis may be controversial, but it is very valid, because by nature Kaido is a pirate, he is just like a fish swimming in the great ocean, constantly defeated. Only after crossing the falls into Wano did he become a dragon, the real king in this place. The dragon carp is actually just a metaphor for this, but it is unlikely that Kaido eats the fish that has turned into a fish, which has turned into a dragon. And Kaido himself, no matter how hard he tries to wake Uranus, must compensate with the smile full of luck. Uranus's strength lies in Momonosuke's bond with creatures like Zunisha, something Kaido cannot have. And dragons are also the dominant species, so obviously it can command other creatures. The ancient shogun of Wano also had this ability. It was like the mermaid princess Joy Boy, and the present-day Shirahoshi. Wano's shogun, or Uranus of that time, closed the country, to prevent its people from becoming slaves of the world's nobles. The fact that Pluton was in the desert, Poseidon was under the sea, so I thought of Uranus in the sky. Want to enter Wano, have to fly or swim over a waterfall, to a sky-high island where a dragon dominated. The shogun of the past was Uranus. He has succeeded in securing the port, protecting the country, and Fishman Island is not so lucky. So Joy Boy apologized to the mermaid princess, also Poseidon, for letting the mermaid be enslaved. So when Joy Boy is reincarnated as Luffy, Robin and Frankie can be reincarnated for Pluton, Shirahoshi as Poseidon reincarnated, the Uranus of this era will be Momonosuke. It can order Zunisha, because of the curse of an elephant created by Uranus himself, only Uranus can break the curse. That's why he only obeyed Momo Kid's orders. All of the above, can be combined to speculate on Kaido's inferiority complex, and resentment towards Momonosuke for being Odin's son. Ironically, Momonosuke had the power created out of his own flesh and blood. As for the daughter Yamato, it was the product of Odin's will and spirit. Maybe Kaido will wish that he was the biological son of Odin, or the one who exercised his will, to be great. Instead, what bothers Kaido most, the weak and cowardly Momonosuke is the only son, and his daughter, just wants to be Odin. Kaido's mindset, which is something that a guy born at the finish line, even having to go backwards to touch his foot like Luffy, never understood. I have the blood of the D family, who will change the destiny of the world. With Shanks, then Zoro, Sanji, Robin, Frankie, plus Jinbe, Shirahoshi, now Momo and the Mink clan help. In general, if anything delicious is in its hand, Pluton will be activated whenever Poseidon awakens its power. As long as Uranus can do that, Luffy can break the red line, bring down the Mary Gosa, creating a unified world where Sanji's all blue is. And the promise of bringing the mermaid to the ground? I'm sure it's okay, not only mermaid, but Mermaid Island as well, thanks to Uranus's power, to lift the island like a Nagashima right now. But to do that, it will take Momonosuke to bring out its power. 2. Yamato teaches Momonosuke to control the devil fruit, save the kingdom of Wano. In chapter 1007, Momo accidentally transforms in front of Shinobu and Yamato calls it an eel. Which is true eel, because calling it lewd eel would be more correct. Lewd insults dragons. This is the devil fruit it ate at Vegapunk's lab. I will temporarily call it the artificial UoUo Nomi. Maybe in the next chapter, Momo will explain the shape and what it eats, or simply take a closer look. Yamato will know it's a dragon. Of course, even without being explained by CP0, Yamato would have guessed that this ability was similar to that of her father. In chapter 997, Yamato explained how Kaido lifted Oni Island. Dragons can create fire patterns to help them fly, proving that Yamato had a considerable understanding of Kaido's abilities, or more broadly, that of dragons. And with that knowledge, Yamato will be able to teach Momo how to control the powers and abilities Kaido possesses. In chapter 685, Momo was once in his dragon form, carrying Luffy flying out of the hole using a flame pattern. But then in chapter 701, he died again. Fly, Momo, you're heavy. But I can't fly. What did you say? I was able to fly before? She doesn't even have wings? But it's gone, I said. I don't remember how. I will never do that creepy game. Is it ironic? A dragon is afraid of heights, perhaps due to the influences of psychology, from 20 years ago. With it, 20 years was like the blink of an eye, so no one could blame Momonosuke. Furthermore, it only transforms if it is emotionally negative, for example in Punk Hazard when thinking of Doflamingo's face. Or at Oden Castle, just mentioning Kaido that he turned dragon, when Mr. Hotetsu gave him aim no habakuri, too. Most recently in chapter 1007, Momonosuke also transforms when angry with himself, meaning it has no control over its abilities. So now, with Yamato's guidance and encouragement, Momo will learn to master her own strength. Other powers like that of Kaido, like spitting fire, creating wind, and so on, will be hard to learn now. The most important thing, most needed right now is the creation and control of the cloud of fire. With ever creating them, and flying before, I believe Momo Kid can. Kaido was planning to have a Nagashima fall to Imperial City, where the people were celebrating. This would put the people in danger, and Momonosuke's abilities were essential at this time. So how will Momo stop it? Momo will not be able to rival the fire pattern Kaido creates, the power difference is obviously too large, so it creates a fire pattern to move Oni Island away. Lose, but on the contrary for Kaido to know, he even went to kill it. But there is one other thing Momo has, which is a connection with Kaido. Its devil fruit was created from studying Kaido's body, so it's possible that the two's powers are also tied together. The clouds created by Kaido, Momonosuke can also control them. And now it will become a war of will, Kaido and Momo will gain control of the cloud of fire that is lifting Devil Island. You will think it is absurd, and if so, Kaido will easily beat Momo. But from the beginning of the arc until now, Momo has always been built as an incompetent, unknown character, people expect it, but it cannot do anything, and with that is extremely inferiority. Big that Momonosuke always carried in him. All of that, once pressed to the top, will be like a spring. And Momo Brat will turn up, it will be a big step forward, like when he said his name in chapter 986. Even now it's not just his own life, but the whole danger of the people. Them. Everyone's expectations and attachments are placed on Momo's shoulders, if everyone fails, it will also die. Momo, means the strongest in the world. My name is Kojiki Momonosuke, I will become the future shogun of the Wano kingdom, it will have to prove itself worthy of that name, with the expectation of his father Kojiki Oden, and all the people of Wano. Of course, to prove it, it needs to show a strong will, enough to oppose the Yonko. At least one shogun must have such courage, before thinking of learning how to use his powers in battle. As long as it can be done, it will be the real Dragon Carp, as Kaido only becomes Yonko by entering Wano, overcoming the waterfall and killing Oden later. Coincidentally, Momonosuke was also taken from Wano, ate the artificial UoUo fruit, and now went back to defeat Kaido and Orokai. After winning, it becomes Wano, the true meaning of Dragon Carp fishing. At that time, it will escape the great shadow of Oden, become the hero of the Wano nation, and the worthy heir of the Kojiki clan. Of course, to make things more plausible, Oda would weaken or distract Kaido. While fighting the supernovas, he will have to choose between two things, focus on fighting or retain control of the flames. Focusing on a fight of wills with Momo, would harass the fight on top of Kaido's skull, give Luffy's group a chance or vice versa, and Luffy could keep attacking Kaido, enough to distract him. Hence Momo Brat will have a chance, and maybe he will be the key to winning the battle. Above are all my theories, about the power of the Wano Kingdom Momo Kaido Uranus Shogun. The hypothesis may not be completely correct, but I still hope it will partially correct. If you find it interesting, please donate the likes, share, click to subscribe to the channel to support Top Shounen. Goodbye and see you again.
Yeah.